Okay, hello, welcome back to some more F1 2021 My Team. Today you join me for the final race of Season 7 in Abu Dhabi. We've won both championships now, so it's more a case of just, well, first off seeing who gets second place in the championship, and also deciding kind of if we want a new teammate next year. So we'll see how Perez does this race and decide afterwards. I just wanted to interrupt before qualifying to say thank you so much for the recent support on my last two videos. They have gained, I think, a collective of almost 8,000 views in just a couple of days, and that is insane. I mean, considering the fact I sometimes, or quite a lot of the time now, I'm only pulling like 500. Hitting 8,000 on two videos is insane. And I just wanted to say thank you, because I mean, you're the ones that watch it, you're the ones that give me those views, so thank you so much. And yeah, enjoy the video. Going into quali though, I'm never great around here because I'm a bit of a, I don't really like that turn 2 to turn 5 section. I feel like you can lose the car a lot easier, so I take it a lot easier, and I lose a lot of time, so it's not great. But we'll finish off this lap way faster than our banker lap. But I mean, our banker lap did put us in P22. Gasly is just having a mare over here, so we're going to try and get past him without losing too much time. I do think we lost quite a bit there though, which isn't great. We'll see what happens as we cross the line. That's looking like P8, P6 even. Wow, okay.
Welcome to the Yas Marina circuit for the finale of another thrilling Formula One season. It's been a breathtaking year, and we end it at a track that's been the scene of many glories and heartbreaks over its history. It's time to end the season in style. It's time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The Yas Marina circuit, just over 3.4 miles long with 21 corners and two very long back straights. There are two DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both turn 8 and turn 11 and offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners as well, in particular 15, 16 and 17, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, with Esteban Ocon alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Giovinazzi, Russell, Yuki Tsunoda, Reed, Perez, Stroll, Norris, and Robert Schwartzman. Matsushita, Gasly, and Guan Yu Zhou, and Eilert, Aitken, Hamilton, Nicholas Latifi, and Kimi Raikkonen. Mazepin, Tigtum, Leclerc, they've taken a grid penalty, and Max Verstappen completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, we've already won the championship, so relax and enjoy this race.
Alright then, in the car, we're in P6, which is a very good qualifying position. We could possibly gain a position or two down into turn 1. You know, they always pull to the right hand side, so if we can just have a look down the left, we'll see what happens. Also, from turn 2 down to turn 6, there can be a lot of chaos as people just get like a good slipstream and just absolutely try and send it down the inside of the chicane. It never normally works. Alright, here we are then on the grid in P6 here in Abu Dhabi. We are underway for the final race of the season. Yuki Tsunoda, George Russell ahead of us. They get an alright start. George Russell alongside with Giovinazzi as we go down into turn 1 ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. in the Mercedes. We go ahead of him, and Giovinazzi as well, braking for George Russell. I don't know why. Going off track a little bit alongside Giovinazzi down into the chicane. We're ahead of Giovinazzi. Sainz and Russell make a collision. We get past Russell through that. Sainz completely unaffected. Russell is out of the session.
Got a serious car issue. It looks like they're
And
retiring.
the VSC is out. There was also an incident between Leclerc and someone, I believe, that has caused a full safety car to be shot out, and it's that Williams there. What are you doing? Oh wow. Yeah, so Dan Tickton
They're retiring from the race.
and Charles Leclerc also out, which has turned this from a VSC to a full safety car. But on lap 3, heading down towards lap 4, the safety car is coming in as we round off the last couple of corners of the lap, just through turn 18 there. We want to get a good exit, or we want to get a good restart, but then at the same time, DRS will be enabled in 2 laps. We'll probably pit in 2 laps as well, and that's when things can really change. Perez a bit further back, but as we get ready to go, racing once more, keeping the wheels just about off the track.
Green flag.
ERS
Green
are
flag.
deployed,
We're racing again.
heading down towards turn 1 behind Carlos Sainz in the Red Bull, which feels really weird to say
We're
still.
approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. A new strategy is
Having to
available
back
on the
out there a
LFD.
bit. Jeff, you gotta stop doing this, man. On safety car restarts about new strategies. Shut up. But yeah, we had to back out a little bit there because 1, people would have complained, and 2, we would have gone into the back of Sainz. But yeah, we were off track, we backed out, so you can all calm down. You don't need to get mad at me. I've done nothing wrong. Anyways, heading down the huge straight from turn 7 down to turn 8. Absolutely huge. It goes into a chicane, so overtaking here is not always a great choice. I'd rather stay behind, and then when DRS is enabled, get the DRS from behind here. But we're behind Carlos Sainz now. We're gaining on him quite a bit. With that slipstream in the air, I was pulling left to fake into the right, moving across, only just getting ahead of him into turn 11. In fact, I'm still not positive. Okay, no, we are. Purple lap for lap 4. On to lap 5 we go, behind Ocon. Verstappen out of the
Drop your
race.
speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace
Okay.
immediately.
Okay, wow, the safety car's out. What? Verstappen? What was that? Latifi could have done nothing. Verstappen. Alright, lap 5, everyone, I'm telling you, everyone will come into the pits. We're in P2, Perez is in P7. We'll see how the standings look afterwards. We're going to be right behind Ocon. And I'm hoping that Ocon will get held up by a little bit of traffic, possibly.
Sergio is in for his stop.
Because obviously everyone's bunched up because of the safety car. So you can get really screwed with double stops and things, getting held up and stuff. But in the pits, that's a wrap. It's up a 1.9. Perez in.
Exit now. Okay, stay clear of the
And
white
Perez
line
is
at the
out.
exit. We'll
He's
receive
out
a
in
penalty for
P4.
dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
So we are in P1 and Perez has gained up to P4. We've gained 4 positions in total on the safety car. That's insane.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap. You will be controlling the pace on the restart. Keep it steady until the safety car has reached the pit lane.
Well, so we got given a free position. I overtook Ocon under the safety car. He got held up by traffic. But Perez went from P7 to P4. That is the best double stop I have ever seen. Wow, okay, right. Safety car coming in at the end of lap 6, which will give us half race distance to do what we need to do. We mainly just need to defend now. More than anything, we just need to defend. DRS hasn't been enabled yet, and it won't be for another 2 laps because of the safety car. So we have enough time to put like a 1.5–2 second gap between me and Ocon, taking it very slowly through the last couple of corners, bunching up the field, cooling their tyres down a little bit as well. It will cool ours down, but it's fine. As we go through turn 20 now, 1 more corner to go before green flag. Through 21, that right hand at 90 degrees, full on the acceleration,
Green
ERS, everything. We're going to try and pull away the best as possible. Shifting down to 4th for turn 1, heading through nice and gently through this dodgy section where you can really, here in turn 3, you can so easily lose the rear end by just having a bit too much throttle or not enough throttle or too much steering input, not enough. Literally, unless you get it right, you're gone. But we are through turn 7, that hairpin, and we've gained a pretty good gap between us and Ocon now. It's only about a 0.7, but that's more than what we had, so that's a positive. Moving to the left-hand side so he doesn't get our slipstream before pulling right again to brake for the chicane. Right then, end of lap 7. Ocon still quite behind. Oh, okay. That's not good for making a gap. We also might get underwood down. I don't think we have. Fastest lap of the race.
Teammate behind is 2.2 seconds.
We will have a 1.3 gap to Ocon, or 1.2 to Ocon. Lap 8 again, heading down towards the the turn 8 and turn 9 chicane. Yeah, I feel like people might go for overtakes down here. Tsunoda's just gone for an overtake down here, and he's got the position, but he's also held up both of the drivers. So now, with DRS being enabled,
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
we'll see what happens, but Ocon has fallen really far back. Huh. In less than a lap, Ocon has fallen so far back. Anyway, Tsunoda's very slow out of race
has
7.
ended. Please stop the car.
Huh? What happened to Sergio? Oh, he's had an engine issue. No. Perez, why? Why'd you do this to me, man? You make it so difficult to win a championship. Oh, Christ almighty. Well, at the end of lap 9, we're still in the lead here, which is good for us. Tsunoda, though, is closing in at a rate of knots. Ooh, yellow flag, out turn 13. Nikita Mazepin out of the session. What's happened here? Mazepin, a little bump with Hamilton. Oh, what are you doing? That was a bit silly, wasn't it? That was a bit silly, wasn't it? Jesus. On to lap 10, though. With Sergio out of the race, he has no way of gaining any points, obviously. So he will not be getting a good finish here today. Or good finish in the championship even. So it's now a question of, do we keep him on for next year? Or do we find someone else? Carlos Sainz steals our fastest lap. Lewis Hamilton
Man on the track right now. He's just
out of the session.
fastest lap of the race.
Jeff, I don't know why you're saying that like I should be worrying or something. He pitted for softs and is so far last. Like, it's a joke. But it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Shut up. Heading through turn 8, 9 and 10 then. There's a little bit of a kink in the bend or whatever, and that classes a turn now, apparently. That's fun. But Tsunoda is still right behind us. It's unnerving. So I assume you didn't expect to see me here, or hear me here even. You can't see me. But so I realised after lap 10, I went down to get a drink and some food, and I stopped my recording just in case like my PC crashed or something. Which is valid, because otherwise I lose all the footage. And when I came back and I resumed the race, I forgot to press record again. So from just after lap 10 onwards, so the last 4 laps of the race will be recorded using the replay feature. I apologise for that. It's not very professional of me, but yeah, we'll live. Here we are, lap 11, heading down towards the chicane once again. Tsunoda on our left-hand side, going at it. Into the chicane we go. Tsunoda gains the position up into P1, but we will get DRS here along this straight to be able to catch back up. We're going to have a look down the left-hand side to pull back right, to fake him out slightly, get around the outside, and break down nice and early, making sure that the car rotates far enough through the next chicane and underneath that DHL board to finish a very nice, clean move on Yuki Tsunoda, which will definitely not be the last time that happens. I can promise you that. Oh, Jesus. And once again, lap 12, 1 lap later, pulling to the left-hand side of the track, checking our mirrors, as Tsunoda will become zooming past, probably in a second. There we go, on our left-hand side. Here comes Tsunoda into the chicane. Oh, okay, we managed to get back around him. Pumping the curb a little bit, but we managed to get back around him before the DRS zone. And I think checking in my mirrors again that we are far enough ahead that even his DRS won't help him catch up. It hasn't, and we're back up into P1 without needing DRS's assistance. Alright, lap 13 through the hairpin and down the very long straight now. DRS zone is slightly further ahead. Sonoda is within range at about 0.5 seconds behind. So he will be flying towards us. We're not going to move over the track too much. It's not really worked out in our favour necessarily too much. He's going to go around the outside of us. Cheeky boy. Oh, you moron. He's just... Sorry, not moron. He just cut across us and blocked us off. But it's fine because we're going to get DRS. As we do. Pulling to the left, moving back to the right. Going across and braking down nice and early to, again, regain that position. Oh! Okay. Almost losing the car. Sonoda is still right there. But he's not really looking like he's going to go for a move or anything. If we go on board with Sonoda now... Oh, he's getting very close to our rear. As we go through the final couple of corners of the penultimate lap of the season. So we'll see what happens. We go a little bit wide in that corner, hitting that sausage curb, but it's not too big a deal. Sonoda still very close behind us, heading down now towards turn 1 for the final time under racing conditions. Just about both of us making it through. Not really much could happen now. Oh, I say that. We're going very, very slowly back on board with us. Going down into the chicane before the hairpin. Sonoda right there. DRS once again will be activated for Sonoda as he exits the hairpin. Here we go then. Sonoda with DRS heading down towards the chicane for one last time. Going to our left. Braking down nice and late to try and get the manoeuvre on. However, he's absolutely flopped it. He's gone way too short. I don't know what was that. Oversteer, I guess. And absolutely flopped it. He has DRS heading down towards this, I can't remember the section of the track, heading down towards, he's going to be on our left hand side as we go through the corner, but he's going to bump the curb and allow us to go back through to make up our positions back in to P1 as we go back on board with us for one last time this season. The last time you'll hear that Ferrari engine behind us roaring, as we will be replacing the engine with Alpine or with Renault. So, what is going to happen? It doesn't seem like too much. Yuki Tsunoda's there, but he's just not there enough. As we go across the line now, just around the final corner, wobble across the line to take P1 here in Abu Dhabi. The circumstances haven't been great. We should have been recording, and now I'm really annoyed. But you win some, you lose some. Oh, that's really frustrating. Anyways, thank you for watching the whole season. It has not ended too nicely for the recording side of things, but for the game side of things, it could not have gone... Well, it could have gone better, but you know what I mean. Pierre Gasly setting the fastest lap as he, Carlos Sainz and Nobuharu Matsushita all pitted twice onto a new set of softs towards the end of the race. Surprisingly close behind Guan Yu Zhou and Kimi Raikkonen. They were catching up. If there was maybe like 10 more laps, I reckon they would have got up into the points and Pierre Gasly could have claimed that bonus point for the fastest lap. Yuki Tsunoda in P2, which secures him P2 in the championship. So, whether he will stay at Mercedes next season or will possibly go to somewhere like Ferrari or Red Bull, it's entirely possible. And with Sergio not having a great season, there's not 100% chance he'll be staying with us, unfortunately, next season. I want him to stay, but team-wise, especially seeing as we're getting a new engine next season, which is not as good as the other teams, and we will have to work through that, it is not necessarily going to be great for us if we want any chance at a championship next season, to have Perez making the mistakes he's been making this season. So we'll see how it happens. We'll see what goes on. I mean, we don't need to make a decision just yet because we need to figure out how bad the engine will be next season compared to other teams. But that's pretty much it. I want to thank you for watching, as always. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next season, starting out in Bahrain, as always. See you then.